Welcome back, and right now I'm going to talk about the open world syndicates. Um, Last time I talked about regular syndicates, this will be the open world syndicates. So you've got 3 open world syndicates: Cetus, Fortuna, and Orbalis. And then you've got Deimos with its Necrolisk and Cambion Drift. The first you're going to encounter is Cetus in the Plains of Eidolon. With Cetus in the Plains of Eidolon, you're going to do a short introductory quest, and then almost immediately you can jump into the Iron Vigil, or Size Vigil questline. And you can just run up here and walk and all that jazz. Most people are just going to tell you to press escape and fast travel to wherever you need to go. So you're going to go to Kanzu and your Ostron standing. You're going to start at neutral, and you're going to start ranking up with Off-Worlder, Visitor, Trusted, Sura, and then Kin. The Ostrons, their major thing are the Zaw weaponry. And you're going to slowly rank up, and you're going to need various items that you'll gain from the Plains of Eidolon, and then credits. Most Ostron items are not difficult. You're just going to effectively farm Cetus, be it mining, a couple of overworld items such as Iridite, Maprico, or Thistlepods. And then you're going to bring all those items back, you're going to trade with him. You're also going to need Tier Azurite for one of your rank ups, which means Old Man Sumbot, he's going to sell you the blueprint for Tier Azurite. If you don't want to go to Fortuna and buy the Sunpoint Plasma Drill, you're going to start off with the No Sam Cutter, then the Focus No Sam Cutter, and then finally the Advanced No Sam Cutter. I wouldn't recommend doing this. You can if you want to, if you just want to feel that progression, or you can just start out with the best from the start.
Move along then. I'm not running a social club.
So you're going to farm all of that, take it to Kanzu, he's going to rank you up. And the important thing is that when you rank up, you're going to be able to unlock certain baits, certain gems. But Hawk is the Zaw Forger. Now, you're going to be able to start out with all of these strikes, except the Plague weaponry. Don't worry about that, that's an event item. You're going to start out with all of these. The best starter item that you're going to come across is going to be this, the Corb, and the Jai. This is going to be your best starting Zaw. It's a Nakana. If you don't like Nakanas, research online, there are a couple of blades and pole arms, but this is going to be your best because we can preview it when it's gilded. It's got a 20% for both, so it can swing either way when it comes to status or crit chance, and it's good at both. It also has fairly high damage and a decent attack speed that when you attach a Fury mod to it is perfectly good for most, if not all, Star Chart content. Do note that in order to guild, you will need to be rank 3 with any given faction. So if you need to guild kit guns, you need to be either rank 3 with Deimos or Fortuna, but in order to guild Zaws, you must be rank 3 with Ostrons. So that is this one. The first 2 ranks are easy enough. Rank 3, especially for Ostrons, is not difficult. It's when you start getting to rank 4 up to rank 5 that they start getting, you need both rare gems and rare fish items, as well as 200,000 credits. So, good luck with all that. I need to do it too, so yeah. But because of the low-level items, you'll be able to get both of these. The Jai is rank 1. Same with the Stefan, and same with the Corb. All of this is rank 1 stuff. It'll teach you basic mining, so don't worry about it. In fact, I would actually recommend you do
So
this
you'll just
basic
waste my
mining.
time, is what your face is telling me.
It will help you
Come back
immensely.
soon.
But when you're farming standing, you can do bounties and you can do mining. If you're already mining a lot and you've got a lot of leftover gems, you can trade them with Old Man Sambat for standing. I wouldn't recommend it because there's a much quicker way to do it. And that way is hunting. And you don't hunt and kill creatures, but you will need to kill a couple of Kondroks in order to obtain Kondrok worms, and maybe Kuak's Spinal Claws. But when you hunt, you take out your Trank Rifle, and you'll watch for these glowing orange dots, effectively, or glowing orange outlines of the creatures. And when you do find them, you will shoot them with the Trank Rifle. They will fall down, and you will gain standing. 1200, 1200, 1200. So in like 30 seconds, I gained
The Kondrok's role is that of scavenger. The rogue has lost
3600
its purpose.
standing.
It would be better to
Quick and easy.
No?
Not all of them will be
I
that much,
could-
especially the more common
Very well.
Kuakas,
female.
or Kuaka,
The stomach acid of the Kondrok
whatever.
is useful as
Essentially,
a
there's tiny
powerful
little
antiseptic.
rabbit creatures
Perhaps you have need?
worth
No?
like 300 to
Very
400 standing each.
Female.
But the important thing is that when you find
Extra
the
effort will
variants,
be
like I
made
did
to
with the Rogue
re-socialize
Kondrok,
them.
you'll gain massive amounts of standing very quickly. And that's how you quickly max out your standing with Cetus. And all that hunting and mining and resource gathering allow you to rank up, so you'll be able to max out. Beyond the Zaws, there isn't a whole lot here. But the important thing, as everyone knows, is Fashion Frame.
By the Uno
And
Cadillac, it would be
here,
wiser to
Hawk
simply fire you
also
and use your
sells
face
the
to make
Ostron
sweet
armor set.
biscuits. Oh,
As you notice, it looks kind of prime, kind of like Midas Prime. It's got all these gold ornaments, and it looks halfway decent. So, it's a free, prime-looking armor set that doesn't cost flat. It does cost a lot of standing, but that's just keeping up with your farming.
Really? Step, remember, Hawk
So,
has new specials
That
every day.
is what I would recommend. You can use Zaws, don't get me wrong,
Enjoy as always.
but I personally don't like to use a Zaw when I have to spend, you know, Breath of the Eidolon or Aerosteel and Cetus Wisps and whatnot, and then gild it for another 2 Cetus Wisps and about 5,000 standing
Are you rising your
when I
pocket?
just got the Broken War from the second Dream Quest for nothing that already comes with Catalyst. So, that is Cetus. That's why I farm Cetus, because I want that free drip. And then the Venus, Fortuna. Fortuna is the most annoying place to farm. And that comes down to how the standing rank up items are gained. So first and foremost, you're going to come over here. You're going to be like, oh cool, I've just finished the intro quest. These people seem really cool. They've all got kit guns.
Quick geology
What do I
lesson.
have to do to rank up?
Solaris
And then
United
you're
don't trust
met
easy,
with
but
debt bonds.
make good, and we can
Debt bonds are the most annoying part of Fortuna to date. And they still have not changed this, even though everyone almost universally hates this. Because how you get debt bonds is they are the first level of item that you can gain. So you can see medical debt bonds 2, shelter debt bonds 2, training debt bonds 2, advanced debt bonds 2, and familial debt bonds 2. Now, you can notice how you have to compete with every other item here for a chance to get that.
not gonna lie. We could use
And while some of the resources are useful, if you're a veteran player or somebody who already farms a lot of resources, it gets very annoying. So what you do, or most people do, is you come over here to Ticker. He's going to give you a little intro spiel, and you purchase debt bonds. So you'll notice how this, it requires 3,559 cryotic and 160,000 credits in order to just get 10 medical debt bonds. a lot of money. And you're like, I don't want to spend that much. Well, you don't, but you're probably going to. This is how I recommend you get all the way from rank 0 to rank 2, possibly even rank 3, using the medical debt bond purchases. And you're like, that's a lot of credits and that's a lot of resources, and yes, it is annoying. But it is pretty much the best way to get the debt bonds in order to rank up with Fortuna. If you do want to, the quickest way to do this, to get debt bonds and
now we've got thermia fractures threatening to outstanding.
do this is I will show you, because it is annoying and it feels kind of bad doing it this way, at least for me, who likes to complete everything. But it is the quickest way to do this. So we're going to enter our Valis, if it wants to open the door for us. And we're going to just complete the first mission.
SU is back, but Ness not taking it lying down.
So we've already got our K drive. This is if you don't have the Tenno Lab or the Arcwing segments, or simply don't have all the ingredients farmed to unlock it. It's fast enough, so don't really worry about it.
Once I've ripped its data mass, get out of there.
Now, the important thing is that you're able to actually complete these. If you can't complete the first part of this, then you kind of just need to get better weaponry and all that. But thankfully, because you're only completing the first part, if you don't like the mission, then you can just go straight back into Fortuna and get a new one. This one for me is easy enough because of my weaponry, so I don't need to worry about really dying. And even if I do, I've got 4 revives because I'm not doing this for affinity. I'm doing this for
It's down.
and some will say to maximize this even more, don't do something like this because it takes 2.5 minutes, and some of the other mission types are like 30 seconds tops kind of thing. And where I can get where they're coming from, at some point you just get so bored of farming that you're just going to do any kind of mission, no matter what it is. So we're going to keep farming this, so that way you can kind of see what we're talking about. And I'm also just going to use this, so that way this is a level 30 weapon, so all of y'all should have this if you're playing with Fortuna at this point in time. Because this is just a rank 30 kit gun, nothing special, no catalyst. You will notice that this gun does have travel time, which is also why I recommend the Lex, but I don't have that right now, but I do have this. So it also kind of shows you the kind of power that you get when you're siding with this syndicate. And as you can see, really, I don't like them. I don't like them because of the shock procs they do. Their shock procs really feel too fish sometimes. But as you can see, I'm not a good shot. You don't need to be.
Making progress. Keep the focus off this thing just a bit longer.
But as you can see, the coil drive has a lot of health and HP, so even if you're not perfect, even if you kind of just let them fire at it, it's not going to do a whole lot. Now, don't worry about picking up loot. You'll see why in a second. So like that, you don't want to pick that up. Even if you might need it, you're not going to get any of it. You're going to get some of the XP, I think, but I wouldn't count on it. Once you're done, you're going to go. And you're going to see that we got 200 endo in standing. And we're just going to go right back to Fortuna. If sometimes you get a mission that's kind of far away, you're going to either teleport pad, and you're just going to go back, and you're going to go in here. You will fail the mission, but most importantly, you're going to get your whatever reward you just got, as well as whatever credits you picked up during the mission. And why you do this is because whenever you do a bounty, this had three or four levels, effectively. Well, the first three levels all have chances to drop debt bonds. The fourth never has a chance to. But for those first three levels, the debt bonds only have the highest chance to drop on the first time. So what you do is you go out, do that first mission, and you come back. Because you'll have the highest chance of getting that debt bond. There are ways you can speed this up by getting an optimal first one and then a easy to fail second one, and then you go over to the outworld area to refresh the mission, and it'll keep the same objectives as the first and second time. But that's difficult and requires a lot of thinking and doing and whatnot. When you just complete the first, come back in, grab a new one. You'll get circuits, endo, and lenses for your operator if you completed the second dream, and you'll be able to start gaining focus standing that way too. So that is how you farm this. Getting familial debt bonds is oddly enough the easier of the 5 debt bonds to get, but that's only because there's less stuff to compete with. So that's how you farm Fortuna, and the annoyance most people get, because it doesn't feel like 25% chance sometimes, it feels more like 10. But that's how you farm Fortuna. And sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's hard. Oh, I forgot to tell you how to farm actual standing there. That's easy. Mine. Most people tell you go and buy the echo lures off of business and farm standing that way. I find that annoying trying to find little orange blips on white backgrounds, so I'm not going to do that. I mine, I get more gems, I also get minerals because I'm mining all the minerals to get the perfects in order to get more gems. And I find that easiest. If you don't want to spend like an hour doing that every day, don't worry. Because they're gems, you can kind of just stock up on them. You can also do hunting, but I don't really think there's a difference. If there is, it's minimal in my eyes, so whatever. Now we're at the Necrolisk. The reason Necrolisk is so easy and everybody likes it is because Mother. Her bounties automatically give 42, 80, 124. You multiply each of these coins by 100. So you tack on times 100, and that's how much standing you get. So 18, 1,800 standing. Like that. And you tack it onto this, 12,400 standing. And that's not counting that each time you do a bounty here, each stage of the bounty has a chance to become upgraded if you complete a secondary objective. So you'll gain like 10% more tokens. And because of this, you'll get like 150 possibly in the number of tokens, which drastically makes this easier. Because as you can see, if we do this, just one mission, we've almost completely maxed out our standing cap. So everyone likes this because of that.
Disappointing.
Because you do one thing and you've almost completely maxed out your standing for the day. Do 2 and you've almost completely maxed it out, even if you're a like rank 15 player. So that's why everyone likes this, and it's easy enough to do. Nobody hates it. And even getting the parts to do the rank ups, like with Fortuna or with Cetus actually,
Well,
is not difficult. Mutagen tokens, Tokens for the others aren't hard at all.
On Deimos. Be aware.
It's doing things that you would normally do on every other action. So like Father or Vilcor, parts
I can't
requisition.
undo what happened.
And
but
it's
I
just
can
trading in
keep
all of the
making progress
resources
here.
that you normally
Maybe my children will see me
farm
differently.
and gain simply by being out there and doing any moderate amount of resource gathering.
Guess you have everything you need. Be seeing you again, I'm sure.
And then we go over to Sun and capture Deimos
Poor
wildlife.
Kaylee thinks this family may yet have
This
a
is
future.
slightly harder,
Monotony is
but
bearable.
only because you have to
Hope
look
that'll
around,
kill ya.
and when you find the diamond with the paw in it, you have to go over and bag them. But even then, you can just hunt them by yourself
Indeed.
using echo lures. That is what I would recommend here, but then you just go over and you buy the mutagens, and as you can see, it's just stuff that you would normally grind for. So any amount of fishing is going to get you your tubercular gill system. Spinal core sections are slightly harder, but that is farming any underground area for a decently long period, for a decent period of time. Something like 20-30 minutes. It will also grant you the helmet system. Important, important, important. Because this will turn a decent
Am
frame
I to
into a
understand from your swagger that you
very
intend
good
to
frame,
venture
or
out
a decent,
there
or a good
and
frame
bring
into a
something exotic
godlike frame.
in here?
So I would
Excellent.
get this as
Let's
quick
talk
as possible.
equipment.
But as you can see in the top right, next to the 15,000 standing requirement, it requires a master rank of 8. So that is the minimum rank I would tell you to get. Because not only does it unlock this, it also gets you your Lex Prime. It enables you to do all of your, or most of your quests. Because I believe War Within does require a master rank 8. So get this above all else. Master rank 8, I mean. Getting this, very, very important. If you don't have it, I would really recommend you do farm up for this.
Bye for now.
And with how
You
easy it is to
sharp
get standing, there is almost no reason you can give to not have the 15,000 standing required once you hit rank 3 with this family. So with that, that is everything. Standard fishing and gathering rules apply for all of the sets and syndicates. So with that, have fun. See you 10-0 next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like where this is going, and I'll see you all next time.